We're live here now. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Hanging out here, a Tuesday night podcast.
Tuesday night.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Stoked that we're doing the pod.
Absolutely, man. That was a rough week for us, you know.
Our picks this last week. NFL picks, of course.
Yeah. We didn't do any NBA, did we?
No.
No.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we're picking it back up here. That was kind of a rough... 2 weeks ago, we didn't really watch games, and that's like info. So, I mean, that's kind of an excuse, but...
I don't know, though. I do have to say, you know, and we've heard from other podcasts, like, you know, the favorites were taking it, you know, to Vegas this entire season.
Yeah.
You know, and then we find the 1 week we finally like, oh, you know what? Let's just send in all the favorites, bro. We get destroyed. Some of those games were nuts. I'm like not that upset. Like Cowboys, some of them were ridiculous.
The Cowboys losing, and then who else was it?
It was who else do we have? We had the Niners. I can't believe they lost to Colt McCoy. That really tells me something about their team. They made
Colt McCoy look like freaking.
Who else? We should have kept with the Vikings, like I said. You know, I'm not gonna go into that.
But then I had a pick there too, right?
Who'd you have?
Oh, Did I like Panthers under?
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. And then you know, I would have liked if we had just sent it on the Falcons. We could have just made up. You know, they were plus 380.
No, I know. That was a wild pick. Solid. You're really reading that NFC South this year.
I love the NFC South.
God makes a killing out there.
Yeah. And then the biggest shock, I think, of last week was the Browns just destroying the Bengals on the road.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, I know, first of all, it's in division, right? They're in the same division, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Right? It's in division. The Bengals are hot. The Browns have been reeling. Baker's had shoulder problems. OBJ's gone. Like, they don't have healthy running backs. Like, who the hell could have seen that coming? Like,
I know, man. And you know, what was crazy was, like, the money was pouring in on the Bengals, but the line wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a sign. I
think we should have, you know, if we came back together on Friday or Saturday and saw that, like, what was it, 97% of the money, like, the public was on it, I think, on the Bengals.
It was a crazy amount.
That's worrisome.
You never want to be on the side when it's
hell no
that big of a majority.
Hell no.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we'll get into this week then.
All right. Yeah, you got it.
Well, do you just want to go over? We've been not talking about the Thursday game. You want to talk about the Thursday game a little bit?
Yeah, man. Wow, you're very prepared this week. I love the.
Yeah. You know.
I love that.
Okay, so the Ravens are at the Dolphins. It's 7.5 line. Dolphins, home dogs. I believe that Brissett might be starting again. Yeah. I don't know, because Tua broke his finger or something.
That's the word.
So, what do you think about this game?
I mean, I kind of like the Ravens at this spot. I don't know. Brissett kind of sketchy. He worries me. I guess there's like potential for the backdoor cover there on a Thursday night game. So if you're looking in that realm, then I could see why you would want to go Dolphins. But I don't know. The Ravens came back and won that game against the Vikings. I feel like there's nothing really that they can't do at this point.
I think the Vikings kind of gave away that game, though.
Okay.
The Vikings were winning by a good amount, and they made some mistakes late in that game. I do agree. Like, I honestly think the Dolphins are gonna backdoor cover.
Okay.
But like, I would, you know, we don't bet on Thursday games. So, and the Ravens have kind of not been great at covering on the road. You know.
Yeah.
Like they're not. You know, they're the they're home cover like team. You know, they're
a dominant home team.
But I think on a short week, and I feel like the home team is totally favored on a Thursday night game, like major, right? Like on a short week, like. And
I'd like to get the number on that, to be honest.
I would too.
Yeah.
I was like trying to find it earlier, but I couldn't find it. And
what's going on, Daniel?
Oh, hey Daniel.
Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
Shout out, bro.
And the Ravens just played a really emotional like game against the Vikings.
Yeah.
that they had to, and they were, they're home, and the Dolphins were home last week. They're just staying at home, and they just beat a crappy Texans team. I don't know. I could see the Dolphins covering, but we're not going to bet on that game because
We'll stay away. I don't know unless we get some word on who's starting.
if Tua is starting, I know we say don't bet on Thursday games, but I think I might bet on Tua.
Yeah, I would like Tua just because he's had more like reps in that offense.
Well, he's looked good.
Yeah, he's looked solid. I mean, he's starting to figure it out with the receiving core there.
They just needed to give the guy some time. People were overreacting.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing for me now? Like, come on, give Tua some time, Jesus.
All right, well, hey, let's hop over to the other Alabama quarterback who, I've been betting against pretty much every week here.
Wait, which one, Jalen or Mac?
Wait, and Daniel says, what you think of Bateman?
Oh, fantasy. Hold on, that's
Got the fantasy.
Isn't he the number one? He's high on the waivers.
Are we giving away some?
No, he was. No, I mean Fantasy Pros and other places.
I was just gonna make a joke.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are we giving away some fantasy intel right now? Is what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he's like the one of the top 3 waivers this week.
What do we think of Bateman? He's a wideout.
Yeah. I like it. The only problem is okay, this is the situation with the Ravens. I don't trust Lamar Jackson's arm. I just don't. They're not going to have many games like 34-31 against the Vikings, right? They're a run-first team.
The other problem is it's like unless you don't have with what you just said, unless you have Mark Andrews, which has been Lamar Jackson's primary target for the last entire.
It's his safety valve because he can't throw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he could throw, but he prefers to run. He prefers to run, and he prefers to hand it off. That's the way the Ravens work.
Yeah.
But so unless you're Mark Andrews or Hollywood Brown, who just finds his way open when Lamar scrambles, and goes for big gains, I don't know. It's hard for me to eye a player like that on the Ravens who's kind of like it's almost like picking up Willie Snead, regardless of like when he was on the team.
Yeah.
It's like he could make a 15-point week, but then you start him next week and he's a bust.
Yeah. I get I get why you would go after Bateman. I get it because, the Ravens' backs are all hurt, right? We all know this. And they're airing it out more. Yeah. I don't know. I know Hollywood Brown and Andrews are feasting, but I don't know if the Ravens' passing offense can support 3, like consistent receiving options for fantasy purposes, at least.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at
Hollywood's been killing it, and Andrews has been doing well.
All right, so the fantasy app doesn't give me.
I like Bateman as like a wide receiver 3. If you want my
a good flex play.
Yes, yeah. I don't think he has wide receiver 2 ceiling with Lamar out there. I just don't.
And I know Lamar has been throwing it more, but yeah, it's one of those things where you want consistency.
Lamar doesn't. I mean, he doesn't really want to throw that much. He has been. I know he's been. Airing it, like he might win MVP this year, right? But
I just think I don't know.
He's a flex.
I took a look at the amount of wide receivers just for our league. Man, it's crazy. Like there are no really like solid options right now in the wide receiver realm. As far as like streaming plays, like I guess there might be some, but dude, like in years previous, there was always like a couple guys that you could just pop in and figure it out. But I looked at it's barren out there. It's
like if you don't have a wide receiver 1, like the 2s, there hasn't really been they've been so up and down. The wide receiver 2, it's the
wealth gap.
It's the wide receiver 1s, and then it's a wide receiver 2, 3. Yeah, I know. There's no. There were very, very few wide receiver 2s this year that put up consistent wide receiver 2 numbers.
I don't even think it.
No,
it's just wide receiver 1, wide receiver 3.
There's a giant gap. There's like 16 guys that are just wide receiver 1s essentially, and then there's a giant gap.
Yeah, all the fringe.
Thank you, boys. Yeah, no worries, Daniel.
All right, so let's get back into the picks. And for anyone else viewing, if you guys want to ask
fantasy advice, sure.
Fantasy questions, advice, we're always down for it.
Always a good time.
Appreciate you stopping by the show.
Yeah.
Supporting the pod and all that. So
appreciate you.
All right, my first pick here. So speaking of the Patriots, Mac Jones, I'm gonna go against him here again because I'm
Oh
gonna triple down. I'm gonna
God.
triple down,
I don't know if I could support this.
and I'm taking the I'll take the Browns money line. I'm
This is like when you're a little you're browned out at the bar, a little bit, and you're like, bro, should I take this next shot? And as your friend, I would say,
wow. Is that a pun right there?
Put it down.
Browned out.
Yes, you got it.
Well played.
Thank you, because they're playing the Browns.
Yeah.
I know I'm ahead today.
This is
You
got your 8.5 hours of sleep.
I did. I feel great right now.
Wow. This is a brand new Dean.
Yeah, totally. But I would say put the shot down. Put it down, Brady.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Why? Why do you want to go against Mac?
So, all right. So I don't know. I was pretty impressed with the Browns. I know that they don't have Chubb this week, so that's kind of got me iffy there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think when Odell Beckham left the team, I feel like they kind of rallied around each other a little bit, and they realized that maybe that was something that they needed to let go of. I mean, Odell Beckham is one of the biggest stars in the league, so he brings that attention. I'm just saying.
Is he though?
In terms of, yeah, he is.
He's a very polarizing name. I don't think he's one of the biggest stars.
I'm saying in terms of attention, in terms
he's polarizing.
Social media, all that.
Yeah, he's polarizing.
The guy gets talked about. Like, he could straight up not play for 2 more years, and then he could still get talked about. Like,
it's crazy. He really hasn't been enough fantasy, let alone like wide receiver, relevant in years. Like, it's been years since he's been I think 2019 he had a good year.
I want to talk about him, but I don't know. Personally, I think the Browns, I think their defense is solid. Their O-line is still pretty good. I know they don't have Chubb, so that's kind of raising some concern. But I don't know. I just, it's hard for me to take the Pat. I feel like the Pats should be favored by more than just 1.5. Don't you think that line is a little sus? I feel like.
Oh, is it 1.5?
Yeah, it's a 1.5 point favorite at home for the Patriots. I feel like they should be way more than that.
Oh, I checked -1 a couple hours ago.
It's moving, yeah.
Yeah, it moved.
Vegas is moving it in that direction. I don't know. Maybe it's sus. We should maybe put a hold on this one.
I kind of like the Pats. I have the Pats down. I'm on the other side of that. I chose this game, and I like the Pats. The Pats defense has shown me a lot. They've gotten healthy. They've been dominating teams. And they've been dominating time and possession. And as you said, the Browns, their running backs are hurt. The Pats they're very similar teams when you think about it. They both have good defenses. The only thing is that the Browns are able to air it out a little bit more. Yeah. But in New England, the Pats are still pretty formidable this year. So I personally would take Pats. I'm not, betting against Mac Jones again.
But did Mac Jones really beat the Panthers, or do you think Sam Darnold and lost and Bill Belichick got the best of him? Mac's line wasn't that incredible.
No, the thing is, Mac didn't even play that great, and they still the rest of the team impressed me. They shut down the Panthers offense, and Christian McCaffrey was back. Darnold was terrible. He threw picks. I get it.
But
at the same time, Burrow made a lot of mistakes in that Browns game that he doesn't normally make. So I think I would take the Pats at home there.
I just think the Browns are a solid defense. That's a team that had very high aspirations going into the season. Things haven't gone their way. They've had some injuries. But ultimately, I'm just not super impressed with Mac's line. I think that he's a good game manager, and Bill Belichick can do a lot with the game manager. I just, with the way the line looks, it's just hard for me to. It just seems like a no-brainer to take the Patriots here.
I feel like isn't the public more on the Browns? I would think
the public is more on the Browns, 55%.
Yeah, so it
just seems like a no-brainer to take the Pats here.
I don't think so. I think after that Bengals, it tells me
the Bengal beatdown.
The Bengal beatdown. That's catchy.
Yeah.
I think more people, would be on the Browns. I'm a little surprised. You
No.
are right. There are some more on the Pats than I thought there would be. But the Panthers are a terrible football team. Like, with Darnold at
They're a good
quarterback.
defense. They're a trash offense.
Yeah. So
Gilmore got that pick. That was pretty funny. Comes in there, gets an interception.
Yeah, the highlight.
But I think these two defenses
I think it's kind of a wash.
are pretty
low-key.
matched
Yeah.
well. So I don't know. Man, these Vegas spreads are so good, man. It's so hard to. This is one of the hardest sports to bet. Really.
Yeah.
It's one of the most fun. And,
maybe I take the under though on it because they both run the ball and they both play good defense, and it's in New England.
I'll meet you.
And it's cold.
I'll meet you halfway, and we'll take the under.
I like the under both of these teams.
You cool with that?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. We'll hit the under there.
Yeah, write it down. So
Pats, Browns under.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. I feel like if we can't get a good read on it.
We both agree it's going to be a defensive run, hard fought game, right?
Yeah,
so I think the under's fine.
All right, so why don't you hit? Well, that kind of was one of your picks, right?
That was one of my picks.
Okay,
so we both had one. Yeah.
All right, well, then what do you think of the Saints-Titans matchup? Do you have an opinion?
I like the Saints.
All right, as do I.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I think the people, the public are going to be really high on the Titans after beating the Rams on the road. Stafford, the Titans have a pretty good defense, I'm not going to lie. But the Rams really, I think the Rams kind of played just absolutely poorly. They just totally overlooked the Titans. They saw the Titans coming in. The Rams are, they're Super Bowl favorites now. Everyone's saying it. They just got Von Miller. They're just stacked. It's like they're all in.
Might have gotten to their head a little there.
I think so, yeah. So, and I don't think the Titans, are really the team that just basically shut down the Rams. I don't think that that's who they are. I think they overplayed. The Rams underperformed, and the Saints. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the Saints are kind of they themselves overlooked the Falcons, right? In a divisional game that they couldn't afford to lose. They lost at home to the Falcons. The Falcons are terrible, right?
Yeah.
And I just think they're going to come out and try and prove something. And the Titans are coming off of a big win. They're high, and the Saints come off a really embarrassing loss. And the Saints, I believe they're +3. I would take that all day. I think the Saints are going to win the game.
I take Saints money line.
Yeah.
I don't even question it.
You don't even question it?
I just man, Kamara is really playing on another level. I think he, in my opinion, with the fall of Henry, the injury.
Yeah.
I think Kamara is the best running back, fantasy-wise. Arguably, maybe even just regular in the league. Dude is so consistent. He's a great pass catcher. You can literally run an offense through him, and it doesn't matter. Because you could just you could throw the ball to him behind, throw a little screen play. He'll go for 25 yards. He'll go for large chunks, and he finds the end zone. I don't know. It's just I wasn't impressed with the Titans' defense either. I know they were getting to Matt Stafford, but Matt Stafford's, I don't know. I feel like he kind of had a bad game. I didn't.
He had a terrible game.
I mean, he made a terrible decision. He should have taken the safety there in the second. Before that.
Why the hell did he do that? That made no. I know he's trying to throw it away.
Trying to be Pat Mahomes out there.
He no-look threw it as he was getting spun to the ground.
That was
threw it right to the linebacker.
That was Lions Stafford right there.
Oh, that was ugly.
I mean,
that
dude.
was ugly. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta come on, man. So I just don't know. I think the Titans are a little too one-dimensional offensively. Their running game is really weak. Adrian Peterson really wasn't getting the ball moving that well.
Mm-hmm.
McNichols was had nothing until garbage time in the second half.
No, AJ Brown had a big game though.
AJ Brown played pretty well.
They aired it out Julio Jones more. Yeah, and Julio, I forgot about that.
And also, you know what? Underrated offensive ability they have is Ryan Tannehill can move with his legs.
Oh, he's always been super athletic.
But teams kind of slight that. They don't really game plan that. He sneaks it in more often than people give him credit for.
Oh, well,
And
the
he goes
past couple of years, he's had a good amount of rushing touchdowns, though.
But I'm just saying, it's just like, don't you
Yeah.
think teams would try and stop it? He's fast.
Yeah, you would think that the Rams would have gone into that game, though all the Titans, all they've been saying is we're not going to shy away from running the ball.
Yeah.
But you got to think they're going to have to go outside of the box to be able to score and throw people off balance. You would think they would do something, whether it's throw the ball more or, Tannehill moving around more, and they did both, and they were able to, shut down the Rams.
Terrible game plan from the Rams. And
it's just lazy game planning, I feel like.
We like
just expecting them to continue to run the ball, just,
We like the Saints bounce back. I'm a big fan of that one, actually.
Okay, we're doing money
Regardless
line.
of
You don't want to do cover? You want to do money line?
We could do cover, but I think when I get my chance, I might bet them.
Okay, I know we're hella down right now, so
No.
I would just like to do the spread.
You're right.
We need to. If we went 5-2 last week, I'd be like, hell yeah, bro, let's do money line.
No, you're right. We're kind of the chips are down right now.
I mean, a lot of people are down after this last weekend, but I would just like to be safer.
I appreciate that.
Okay, go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Quick, easy one. Football team plus 9.5 now. The line moved from 10, depending on where you got it.
Yeah.
I just the way they played them in the postseason was pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
I know the season hasn't gone their way. They were an interesting underdog last year that made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be some dog in those. There better be some dog in those guys that says, hey, this is the defending Super Bowl champions. We almost knocked them off in the first round in the wild card of the playoffs. We're back at the same place. We're playing them on our turf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think not Jamar Chase, whatever his name's, Chase Young, I think he gets in there finally. It's been a tough season for the defensive line, and I take them plus 10. Or 9,
Yeah.
9.5.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with this. The Bucs have had problems on the road this season. Like that's that's very frank. They're going to, though Tom is, I'm sure that is going to be a cold game, even though Tom's good there, but in the cold.
He doesn't like it as much. I heard him in an interview say he's like, you know what, I was considered to be a cold weather quarterback for a long time, and he's like, and then I moved to the NFC South, and I'm playing games in domes, and I'm playing in Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just like, I don't know if I'm much of a cold quarterback guy anymore.
Yeah. I'm sure he's chilling in his, Florida retirement. He's vibing there. So I really like it too. I think 9.5, /10, whatever it is. I had 9.5 down. I think that's like way too large of a spread for a Bucs team that has had problems on the road this year.
So looking at the weather in DC, it's going to be 52. So it's not going to be crazy cold, but still, it's not.
The weather is not, but. The weather, you really only know the weather on the weather app like 2 days in advance.
I know, but I'm just saying it's not going to be 30 degrees.
Yeah.
52 degrees, partly cloudy. It could be rainy. It could be 47. It could be 60. But I'm just saying that it's not going to fluctuate over 30 degrees.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, so they're both coming off the bye. They both had byes, so that's irrelevant, basically.
Yeah.
I totally support that. I think that's too many points. We're going to take the home dog, Washington spread.
All right. What do you got going on?
I would let me look. I know it's a big one, but I would take the Steelers to cover 9 at home against the Lions. I think a lot of people are going to try and fade the Steelers after that showing against the Bears.
Yeah.
But I just think that, the Lions don't have the weapons that the Bears have. The Bears have gotten better every week. I kind of like the Bears, going forward, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nagy is finally, conceded that we need to move Justin Fields around. That's what we need to do.
Better than what the Niners did.
That, I don't know if you want, that final drive that they put on.
Oh, it was incredible.
They scored too fast. They scored too quickly.
But that showed me something against a Pittsburgh defense that is considered to be top 10.
They're top 3. They're a great freaking defense. They have so many good players on that defense.
I mean, talk about up and down the roster.
There's
not a weak spot.
11. They're deep as hell on their defense.
There's not a chink in the armor.
No, they're really, 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 really deep.
Yeah.
So for them to go do that on the road. against the Bears. I mean, the Bears moving around, but I don't see Goff going in there giving us something like that at home against, on the road.
How can we bet on Goff?
We can't do it.
How can we bet on Goff?
It's funny though because he covered against. Didn't they cover against the Rams?
But that was against his former team.
And they brought out fake punt, fake onside kick.
They are far and away the worst team in the league.
They give it their all though every game.
We talked about it, but we can't bet on them.
No, we can't.
And if they prove us wrong, then it's good job. You know what? You guys covered. We just can't be with you guys because you guys aren't good enough to cover these spreads.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to make some statements about the counter argument okay, well Roethlisberger's look terrible,
Yeah.
But they still have a lot of weapons on offense. I don't consider losing. I mean, Juju's a good player, but they still have Washington out there. They still have
Claypool and Deontay.
Claypool. Najee Harris has been a top 5 fantasy running back all year. I know people hate on their offense a lot, but I think they're going to control the game. I kind of think this is going to be a low scoring game, to be honest with you. But I think the Steelers will cover -9 at Heinz Field. I do.
To be honest, man.
I think people are hammering the Lions. I really do. Well, the public's got to be hammering the Lions, right?
That's because of the way things looked at the end of the Chicago Bears game.
Yeah, but I think that's totally irrelevant because it's a Monday night game. And Justin Fields is coming into his own.
People are hammering it. 63% are on the Lions. It's +8.
I love the Steelers.
But what's funny is...
I'm very happy then with the Steelers even more now.
Honestly. Yeah, it's just you can't figure out when the Lions... I mean, the Lions will win a game this season. I don't think they're going to go 0-17.
Yeah.
But you can't figure out what game they're going to win. They're going to win a game when you're not even ready.
Yeah, truth.
You want to look at their schedule right now and just... Let's guess what game they win.
The Lions.
So they play at Pittsburgh, then they go to at Cleveland. They have the Bears at home, Vikings at home. Do any of those games stand out as maybe wins?
I think the Browns. I think the Browns.
Okay.
To be honest, I could see the Browns getting the way the Browns have been so up and down, and the Vikings. Both of the Browns and the Vikings are very up and down.
Those are teams they could beat. The Broncos.
Because they don't play consistently.
Broncos, Cardinals they'll lose to.
I kind of like the Broncos right now. No.
Broncos and Cardinals will lose to. Falcons I feel like will be a nail biter, but they'll lose over. I take the over, and that'll be
that'll be high scoring.
Some high scoring game.
Yeah.
They go to the Seahawks and lose. They go to the Packers and lose. Or they play at home against Packers and lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a quick little tangent there.
No, I think they'll get 1 or 2 wins. That's about it.
Yeah, hammer the under on that.
So are you cool with taking Steelers?
Win total. Let's leave it as a maybe right now. Just because I feel like we should try and keep it to I feel like when we did our best on the show, we did our best 4 picks. When we started just being very, free will with what we did, we started to do a little worse. I like our 3 we have here.
Okay.
I think the Steelers is a good maybe.
Okay.
All right. So we'll talk about that as a maybe then. All right. I like the Cowboys -9 against the Falcons.
Yeah, I have for every game I wrote down which way I'd lean, and I have the Cowboys, but I don't know. I'm not. I bet a lot of money is going down on the Cowboys after their embarrassing loss to the Broncos, and the Falcons pulled that win off against the Saints.
It's actually 56% going for Atlanta, 44% going for Dallas.
I'm shocked.
After Dallas got literally blown to pieces against the Denver Broncos in Denver.
No, it was in AT&T.
Oh, it was at home?
They were at home, yeah.
Okay, well, that's even more reason. Then everyone looked at it. What's going on, Justin?
I just think... hey, Justin.
By the way, just really quick, Justin, if you see that little wrench next to your name, you are a moderator on the stream, so, big shout out to Justin.
Oh, you give Justin? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
I just think it's too obvious to pick the Cowboys here. It's so obvious to pick the Cowboys here that I don't want to pick the Cowboys here.
Well, that's how I felt about the Pats. But I feel like, I don't know, man. The money is pouring in on Atlanta.
But I disagree because the Browns just blew out. I don't.
Okay, well, here. The records against the spread. The Falcons are 1-6. They just came off
Falcons.
They just came off a crazy upset win against the Saints.
Yeah.
You really think they're going to come back and play Dallas, one of the highest powered offense in the league?
And the Cowboys.
Dak Prescott literally laid an egg. He salvaged the game by going off in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go. That Dak Prescott is going to do that again? I sound like Skip Bayless right now. I know.
I get what you mean. Oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, no worries, Justin. I just think it worries me that it's too obvious, and nobody saw what the Broncos did. I do think it's a better. The thing I would like to say, and to agree with you in part, I'm not. Oh my God, the Broncos run the ball well. I hate Gordon, but they run the ball well. I got to give the Broncos that.
Yeah.
The Falcons don't run for crap. They don't even use who's Mike Davis, right? The bowling ball.
I call him. He kind of looks like a thumb. Like his face is shaped.
Yeah, but his nickname's been the bowling ball.
He's a bowling ball.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have some fun on the Yahoo Fantasy app where we chat about it. I was rooting for him this week. I had him in.
I just think it does play into the Cowboys defense where they're good. They have a good pass defense. They have a bad run defense.
The Falcons are going to try and get into a shootout.
They're going to throw the ball. Yeah.
They're going to try and they're going to get absolutely smoked. I think the score is 45-25.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be even close.
You know,
they don't have Ridley.
I kind of.
I know you're a big. You have.
I think it's too obvious.
You have the tight end. I get it. You're very.
Oh no! I have the Cowboys down here.
Okay. All right.
I said I have the Cowboys down here.
Oh, okay. All right.
I just think they're a little sketchy. That's all I think.
No, I got you.
I'm a little shook after last week.
I don't know, man. I think it's easy money. But he's got a question here. Justin says, DJ Moore or Waddle PPR.
I would play Waddle if Minnesota money line I like. Chargers. Oh yeah, I have that written down. Nice, Justin. We'll get into that.
That's my coin flip pick.
So I would do Waddle if Tua's playing, but I think Jacoby Brissett's playing. You know what's funny about this? I do have to this is kind of interesting. I think if Darnold's so Darnold might not play and Tua might not play, right?
Yeah.
So would you take? Let's just say both of them are out. Would you take the Panthers backup? I forget his name, number 4 or something. Would you take him to feed DJ more, or would you? I said more.
I think I lead towards Waddle.
There's no Sam also. Yeah, so they're both probably going to play their backups, probably.
Well, what backups do you like? I think Brissett's probably better.
I like Brissett better, yeah. And I think now that Christian McCaffrey's back, I think they're going to feed Christian McCaffrey.
But then getting the matchups, right? So then it's Ravens defense or Cardinals. It's Cardinals against Panthers and Ravens against the Dolphins.
So, so I would say Waddle. I like Waddle at home.
Yeah.
I like Waddle.
Yeah. And it's
Minnesota, I like.
I can see Waddle going for 45 and a tutty.
No, Sam also. PJ Walker. Oh, PJ Walker. That's the Panthers backup.
The guy PJ.
Yeah, I would do Waddle, man. Kansas City minus 2.5. All right, we're gonna go into those, Justin. All right.
Let's finish up here though on the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Justin, what do you think of Cowboys minus 9 or 8.5? Actually, now it's moved against the Falcons. I personally, I know they laid an egg last week, and it is what it is. I don't know, man. I don't see how the Falcons can match up with the Cowboys here. Matt Ryan's going to throw a pick 6, and Diggs is going to take it to the house.
Diggs has had a lot of batted ball interceptions. He's not some ball hawk like Jalen Ramsey. I could get into a whole discussion about that with you. And I know
Justin
Diggs
says he likes 8.5.
I have the Cowboys down here. It's not one of my for sures.
All right.
I'm running maybe.
I'll say this: I would put Cowboys in the head of the maybe line over the Steelers. They're if we're talking they have a chance to get into our little favorites. For me, I have him over the Steelers.
I would say probably because I don't trust Ben Roethlisberger as much.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm still not saying yes right now.
That's
fine. I don't love
ATL has no D plus no Ridley, and Cowboys are at home.
I know everything. It's just too obvious to me. I think it's sus.
No worries.
Okay.
That's fine. All right. Well then, that was my pick. So you go ahead.
So, if Aaron Rodgers plays, I like the Packers. I know Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson's back.
He's supposed to play.
I know.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers, an old showdown in Lambeau. I think the Packers can cover -3.
Yeah, I looked at the weather in that one. It's not going to be like crazy cold. I know.
I did see that. Yeah.
I know you talked about it's not accurate, but at the same time, I feel like it's not going to be terribly cold. It's going to be in the 40s, maybe the high 30s.
Yeah.
30s. So it's not like one of those winter showdowns yet. It's early November. So
I just love the Packers here because I think everyone was. When is Aaron Rodgers at his best? When everybody's doubting him or talking crap about him, right? He's been getting it from the media the past week and a half for not getting vaccinated or lying about it. Or
is Aaron really at his best when he's getting doubted? Because people were doubting.
He won the MVP last year.
I know he won the MVP,
and they said he was falling off a cliff.
I know. No, that was Tom Brady that they said was falling off a cliff.
No, Aaron Rodgers they said was falling off a cliff last year.
But here's what I'll say.
What?
They were down A-Rod last year, and did he win the Super Bowl?
What?
No, he didn't win the Super Bowl.
What does it have to do with the Super? I'm not getting into a Tom Brady. Are we talking about Tom? I'm not talking about Tom Brady right now.
I'm not talking about Tom Brady.
No more Tom Brady.
I didn't even bring up Tom Brady. You brought him up.
You just brought up Tom Brady.
Well, you brought up the cliff thing, and that's
because
that's
Aaron Rodgers. They said Aaron Rodgers has been on a decline the last couple of years, and he went out and won the MVP last year.
He played amazing last year.
And they looked like crap against the Chiefs, who are a terrible team. 7-13. That was a horrible game to watch. I think the Packers are going to come back and be like, we got our boy back. We're going to destroy the Seahawks.
I think the Chiefs look terrible in that game.
I know, but the thing is...
The Chiefs look so bad.
The Chiefs are terrible. If Aaron Rodgers was in that game, they would have stomped them. I think they would have won by over 10 points.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, sorry, Justin. We got on. A-Rod said he should be able to play. If he does, smash the... Yes, thank you. Thank you, Justin. And thoughts on OBJ? Max Hillerman said Brady fell off a cliff, but also A-Rod said last year he fell off a cliff. Ha ha! I told you, but also Packers should have made it. Yeah, agreed with you. Thank you, Justin.
Man, Justin's all over the sports media world.
Justin's in this right now.
Gotta commend it. But just to get back to my point,
yeah,
I wasn't disagreeing with you in terms of his production. I just felt like if he really proved everyone wrong, he would have won it all, and he didn't. And that was my argument, and that's it.
What is A-Rod been compared to? Kind of like Kershaw. What does he do? Dominate during the season.
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now? Week 9 or 10?
No, I know, but I was getting into a bigger discussion.
I know, but it always leads back to Tom Brady. I'm not talking about Tom Brady right now. I'm not taking the bait.
That's fine.
So, what do you think?
I mean, I would definitely lean Packers, but I don't know, man. Something about those Seahawks Packers games that are just going down to the wire. It could come down to a field goal, and I mean, I could definitely take Packers money line confidently, but I don't know if I could go with -3.5.
I saw -3 on my bookie. I don't know.
He just had
okay. It's 3.5 right now.
Let me see. 3.5. That half a point. Not to be stingy. But that half a point's a big deal to me because with Russell Wilson coming back, dude, if they can't prove this is a very important game for this, wouldn't you say this is a huge game for the Seahawks? They're playing in Lambeau. They have Russ back.
What's their record? What are they?
I think they're 3 wins, 3-5.
3-5.
3-5.
Yeah, I guess.
This is kind of...
I feel like they're in the same boat as the Niners. I feel like it's done right now. I guess.
They're a little better off than we are. They got a quarterback. So
That's true. I think it's a no-brainer. The Packers are going to cover this with Aaron Rodgers back, and after all the crap that's been talked about him, and Jordan Love look like crap.
Jordan Love did not look great.
And the Packers have a much better defense than the Seahawks.
Shout out G Russ, our other mod. We got both of our mods in the chat right now.
G Russ,
AKA the producer.
I'm so confused with Dalvin Cook. I'm pretty sure he's playing, but people on Twitter comments are, will he play? So I don't know. What? I have Dalvin Cook. That could be a
Oh, you just
issue.
rattled Dean. I'm
fine.
We'll have to be a quick intermission.
Dalvin's
here.
been fine. I'm going to check that out.
What's going on, Grayson? Seahawks or barbecue chicken?
Because
I think-
Dalvin Cook's girlfriend is suing the Vikings running back. Allegedly, he has physically and emotionally abused her.
Ooh.
So
Man, what's up with the they had Adrian Peterson.
Cook was
this week.
victim. Adam Schefter reported that Cook was the victim of domestic abuse and extortion, meaning each party is accusing the other of wrongdoing. Yeah, so I don't think, Justin, there's enough from what I've just read there that like the NFL is going to suspend him if they're mutually suing each other. So I think he's going to play, but I've only read Schefter and Yahoo right now. So
Yo, to be honest, man, we'll get over to the Vikings-Chargers matchup in a second here. That's actually my pick for our coin flip bet of the week. But
yeah, well, let's get done with the Seahawks Packers game.
Let's get done with the Seahawks Packers. I don't know. I just think the Hawks, like, I don't know. I would lean Packers, but I'm just trying to. I don't think it's a no-brainer. I'm bringing up some points for the other side. Is all I'm saying. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you can put it in the maybe.
It's not as big of a no-brainer to me. I would lean. I don't know. I think there's some other games there that are bigger no-brainers to me.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Chiefs Raiders.
What is the Stafford status? I love the Raiders here.
Yeah, I do too.
So sorry, Justin, we're against you on this one. I love the Raiders plus 2.5.
Like, how can you not
At home.
How can you not ignore the free money that is?
I want to put this in right now. Like, I love this pick. I love the Raiders 2.5 at home against the Chiefs, who are absolute trash.
How can you ignore? How can you ignore free money every week? It's like an allowance the NFL is giving us. Bet against the Chiefs. They cannot cover games.
No. The Raiders might mess around and win that game. Like, for real.
Dude, do you want to know what the Chiefs' record is against the spread? They're 1-7 on the year. And what did we say after?
They look so discombobulated. Like, just
it's trash.
Atrocious.
By the way, Grayson says, doing great, boys. At the Hawaiian History Museum right now, but wanted to pop in and say I'm loving the content. Have a good pod, boys.
Thanks, Grayson. Appreciate it.
Have a nice time at the museum, Grayson. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, Justin said Mahomes about to show up. Gonna be funny. I don't know, Justin. He hasn't showed up all season though. It's been rough watching the Chiefs' offense. He's missing open guys. You know, defenses are starting to shut down his first read, so he's having to go to his second and third. He would thrive off of his first read all like the last 3 years essentially. And he hasn't shown to me or anyone yet that he could do that. That's where the separation is between him and like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers could go to his third read and just be amazing still. Mahomes I think he's still too young. He hasn't been able to go. It takes a lot of games to be able to go to your second and third read and be confident with those throws and be aware that your first read might like pop back open if you're missing it, right? I saw him miss Kelsey on a couple where Kelsey broke free super late when nobody was else open, but he was so flustered by the fact that his first, second, and third reads were not open that he missed him. So I just think that I like the Raiders here. I like them. I think they're going to run the ball.
And I don't know.
Chiefs defense sucks.
People talk about Mahomes. Yeah, their defense is really bad.
Yeah.
People talk about Mahomes like the dude's won 3 Super Bowls already.
Agreed, but it's the Las Vegas Raiders. I feel you, Justin. I feel you.
I don't know. The Raiders have been pretty good this year.
The Raiders are solid, though. Yeah.
They show up when they need to.
They do.
But what I was saying, though, is like Pat Mahomes, bro, like, people talk. I mean, he's a great quarterback. Like he's done some really insane plays. He has some of the craziest highlights we've ever seen.
Yeah.
But like, what has he really done? He's been in the league for 3 years. He went or 4 years probably. He went to the Super Bowl. I know he went to the AFC Championship game, but like he was kind of like a bad fourth quarter away from the Niners, away from being 0-2 in the Super Bowl. I don't know. I know this is kind of.
I trust the Chiefs way more, and they need to win to make the playoffs. After losing to the Giants, I can't anymore. Nah, Justin, I feel you. That Giants game was rough. That was tough.
Wait, where are we at right now?
No, what we're talking. The Raiders lost to the Giants, remember? And we hit up the Raiders last. We were gonna bet on the Raiders.
Oh, but dude, I feel like you know what? To be honest, last week
that was a crazy game though. Too.
I'm gonna be honest. Last week, and I didn't say anything because I've been getting pretty messed up all year with the underdogs. Like I've been going like even or like just a little bit under. I was finally like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna give up the system that we've been betting. I feel like we totally switched up the way we've been looking at games last week, and finally just said, hey. These guys are making money on the favorite side. Let's hop over there. Let's get our chips right. And it didn't work out. I feel like if you had our same system going into that week, I feel like we probably would have won.
Yeah,
I didn't really like our system last week. I just kind of went with it because we were kind of like, oh, the Cowboys are 7-0. Like,
well, it was also because like I feel like it reached a point where it got annoying that the favorites just kept covering all the time and we kept hitting the dogs.
Dude, it's just kind of bad luck we hit.
But it's never. I don't know the last time through the first 8 weeks of the season that the favorites won that many games.
No, it was
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Do you like covered the spread? Like not in my
I think it's like the stock market, bro. It's just gonna correct, man.
Yeah. So. All right, Justin, we're just going to have to agree to disagree.
I trust the Chiefs way more. They need a win to make the playoffs.
If Nick Chubb plays, I like the Browns money line.
I'm on that side.
Brady likes the Browns. I like the Pats. We chose to do the under on that game, though. We think it's going to be a lot of running and defensive, battle.
Yep.
Yeah, so. All right. Yeah, I'm cool with the Raiders. I'm fine with that. Yeah, so...
Do we want to talk about our maybe picks? I've kind of discussed everything. Oh, there's actually one more game I want to talk about. Chargers and Vikes.
Okay.
I'm on the Chargers side there. I know you and Justin like the Vikings.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard. I don't think anybody should bet on this game, to be honest. Like, I just think it's so sketchy. If you're going to do it, I agree with Justin. I think you should just go moneyline Vikings. I just think that both of these teams have super, super talented rosters. Like the Vikings and Chargers on paper are both really great. The problem is they've been incredibly up and down. The Vikings have been more so. But they should have beaten the Ravens last week, and they were on the road. But who did the Chargers play? The Chargers beat the Eagles. Yeah.
The Chargers beat the Eagles last week?
Yeah, 27-24.
That was a close game.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles actually should have won that.
I believe they gave it away on something I heard on Twitter.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that game. It's a real toss-up. I see why you're saying it's coin flip. The Vikings lost.
That's my coin flip pick.
The Vikings lost 31-34 in overtime in Baltimore, and the Chargers won on the road 27-24 in Philadelphia. And they've both been incredibly up and down.
I just, I don't know.
Chargers, Minnesota's too close to call. Yeah, man, that's what we're saying.
That's our coin flip pick. That has to be.
Yeah.
And I'm on the Chargers, and you're on the Vikings.
I don't think there's been such a coin flip, like such an even game.
We say that every time it comes around.
No, but like with good teams.
Okay, there you go.
Like with good teams. Like right? Bad teams.
Yeah, I should let you finish. You're right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Brady's getting a quarter right now. Do I pick up Jimmy G just in case Stafford doesn't play? Oh yeah. Sorry, Justin. We didn't. I gotta look at Stafford.
No.
That would be that. Well. We're not going to recommend it, but I think the Niners could cover +4 against the Rams. But I'm not gonna advise anybody to do that. So struggles. Okay. I'm reading right now to see if Stafford's hurt. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly think Jimmy G could be a playable. I know Brady's going to totally disagree with me. But if two fumbles, if George Kittle and Ayuk, who fumbled like on the 10-yard line, didn't fumble, those were both going to be touchdown drives, I think.
No, I like
Jimmy G was slinging that thing last week. And Jimmy G has dominated the Rams. So, I would pick up Jimmy G.
I think, personally,
what?
I think the Niners can cover. I'm not going to suggest that
we're not suggesting that. I have the Niners covering down here.
I didn't even write it down, but in my head, I have the Niners covering. I know I'm a fan and all this other shit, but I think the Niners can cover it. You're right. There's two fumbles that were key that were going into.
I think they would have scored touchdowns, though.
Their offenses were rolling.
And but Ayuk, they finally brought him in. Now they have three players.
How about George Kittle? Like, he had a huge gain, and it got punched out.
It shows the difference that the offense is with George Kittle. Like, it's just night and day. So, yes, you disagree? I think Jimmy G...
No, but this is where I disagree. I think that last week there wasn't a huge run game that was worked into the offense. I know there's some injuries in the backfield. This week, I see things differing out. Like, you're going against...
Well, they ran it a good amount.
They weren't successful with it, though.
Wow, Elijah Mitchell had some good carries.
He had a couple good ones, but I feel like the way Shanahan offenses really work is when you run it down the throat. I can't confidently...
Jeff Wilson is now fully back.
I cannot confidently tell someone to put Jimmy G in when, he will have a 20-point week once in a while, but he's not going to do that on
okay, Justin,
your fingers.
This is a better point. It depends on who you have to you're able to pick up. I think Jimmy G could score between 18 and 20 points. I think he can in this game. I think he's going to get 2 touchdowns and 230 yards, like straight up.
No, I agree.
But he might throw a pick, so that's where it's.
You're looking at 15 points if on a good week.
Here. If he doesn't throw a pick, he could get 17 or 8, between 17 and 20 points.
But I see 15 with a pick.
15 with a pick?
Do you really think Jimmy's not throwing a pick this week? The guy throws it to the other team at least once.
I think he could. I think the ceiling is 3 touchdown passes, and I think it's possible.
We're talking here about the Niners pretty.
Then what do I do with Stafford because he plays Monday Night Football? Oh, yeah. Well, they both play in that game. Yeah, you're right. Oh, so he's saying, like, to leave the options open. Would you do that? Would you roll the dice? So I don't know what's wrong with Stafford. I couldn't find that. That's what he's saying.
I would just go after someone else.
Really?
Yeah. I would just pick up another guy. Don't pick up Jimmy G.
But you don't think Stafford might? You don't think it's going to be like a high scoring game? I kind of think that's going to be a high scoring game.
I might, dude. You could probably get Taylor Heineke against Tampa Bay, who has a terrible defense.
The Niners, but okay, it's tough.
I would take Taylor Heineke over him.
I don't know if I'd take Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke's look like trash.
But I don't know. He's had way more 20-point games than Jimmy Garoppolo has.
I agree.
Jimmy Garoppolo, snapping your fingers and saying, "Hey, I'm going to put Jimmy Garoppolo in there." And he's gonna have
it really depends on how messed up what are the odds that Stafford plays? Because I think you should start Stafford against our terrible secondary. Like, I would do that.
But if he doesn't want to risk it, I would just pick up a guy that plays on Sunday.
I think I will take Stafford over Heineke. Yeah. No, Brady's not saying that.
I'm saying if you're worried about Stafford...
you really... I think you should just pick up Jimmy G to cover your bases. I think Stafford's going to play. That's how I would word it. Because Stafford is a top 3 QB.
Yeah. All right, well...
Okay.
I think we got pretty good info.
You got Jimmy G as a backup. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's move on.
Jimmy G's better backup than the Rams. Yeah.
Titans -3.
We like the Saints.
We like the Saints in that one, actually.
I think the Titans are overvalued after 3 huge wins.
Yeah.
They're going to come back down to earth.
And the Saints just lost at home to the Falcons.
That's a big week for the Saints there. I love that. If we're talking picks that I love, it's definitely our 2 NFC South matchups.
Oh, man. We do well in the NFC South.
We do great. We should move down there, man. Find ourselves a nice place in
Louisiana,
sticky Louisiana.
Carolina, Florida.
All right. Well, hey, back to the coin flip here. I got the coin.
Nice.
Now all we have to do is flip it. So the coin flip bet that we have selected this week.
All right. He was okay. Stafford suffered the injury while attempting to evade pressure midway through the fourth quarter, and Coach Sean McVay called the issue a mild kind of ankle sprain. He was sore today, but expect to be able to take it a day at a time, McVay said. But I think he'll be good to go. That's a mishmash of coach speak, and as watch closely as the week goes on. Get sense plays Monday in San Francisco. Yeah, I get.
Trenton was pretty decent.
So I think Stafford's going to play with all that crap because in the NFC West, every division game is worth 1.5 games. So Stafford's going to play. Okay. Now to get to the other point, Saints not having a quarterback. I don't know. So are you cool with? I'm fine with the Saints system. I mean, what was it? Teddy Bridgewater last year that they won 5 games with. Was that who it was?
It doesn't matter who is their quarterback.
Their system. It's their
system. It works with Kamara.
Like
all you need to do is throw it 5 yards and he'll run at 20.
Well, they have Peyton too. Like they have the coach and they have the running back and they have the system
and they have a top 5 defense.
Yeah, top 5. Are they top 5?
They're definitely
top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah. Anyways,
no, they're totally top 5.
Are they top 5?
Their secondary's filthy.
Yeah.
And they get guys that can get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Their linebacker plays weak, but I think secondary and the defensive line is the most important.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
So, all right, let's get to the coin flip. Chargers and the Vikings. I'll go first here.
Go. So we'll do
Vikings heads.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, Vikings up on the board here. Let's see if we get the backdoor cover. Tails.
Yeah, Chargers.
Really? All right. Oh, no, now it goes here.
I know, Chargers.
Wow.
So go ahead.
Chargers come back. Wow,
okay.
the first comeback.
We haven't had that.
Most of our coin flips have only gone one way.
Yeah.
Nice comeback win for the Chargers there, 2-1.
Okay. Yeah, no, that hasn't happened before.
That's pretty exciting.
So
I see your point with the Saints and the points. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Justin. Yeah.
I don't know. I like our slate right now, to be honest. Coin flip bet Chargers, and then we got Pats Browns under, Saints +3, football team +10, Raiders +2.
I feel like everything goes bad when we try to do more than 4.
Yeah, if anything, I would sub out the under for something if we like one of the maybe picks, just because I hate over-unders.
Yeah.
But I think it's a decent pick. That's the only one I'm iffy on.
Yeah. That's 24, 26.
Plus, with the Browns without a running back, they're probably going to try and air it out more.
Yeah, but the Pats have a great secondary.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
saying.
Like
a great secondary.
Yeah, well, this gets back to the debate.
I know. that's the problem.
I'm just saying, I think the Browns are going to try and air it out more. And that results.
What does Belichick want to do, in his kingdom, in his castle? He just wants to own the time of possession. And
we're not getting into another possible. I'm not. You always try and find a way to bring it to Belichick.
Oh yeah, totally. That's exactly what I do. Get out of here, Tom Brady. Get out. Browns under seems kind of good, but I don't know for sure. It's always hard to bet on the under. I know. If no Nick Chubb, it's easy under. Yeah. Yeah. It's. Yeah.
Does he have COVID? Is that the issue?
I don't know.
Dude, Nick Chubb is like such a hard fantasy running back to own.
He's like top 3, and then it is COVID. He's in doubt. He'll need 2 negative tests 24 hours apart if he's going to play in Week 10.
Bill likes low-scoring games, and Damian Harris might be hurt.
Oh, okay. Those are interesting ads.
I mean, yeah, Bill. That's what I was saying though. Damian Harris, what's up with him?
I think
questionable.
He always has
head injury. Oh, did he get a concussion?
Possibly.
It's unclear if he actually suffered a concussion, though. He did not return to the game with the Patriots comfortably leading. Yeah. I don't know. That could be they just did it out of, to protect him. They were up by a lot. It's not like he had to go out, but it is a little, I guess, iffy. I like the under still, but
Pats, Browns. Okay, so
45.
Justin, which pick would you be more leaning towards here? Cowboys -8.5 or Steelers -8.5? I like both. Dean likes the Steelers more. I like the Cowboys more. That's a little 3-teamer, yeah, but that's where we're getting to right now. I feel like we're all just
Bills money line, Colts money
figuring
line.
out parlays. But yeah, let me
Colts,
know.
yeah, Colts. That's easy. The Jaguars totally. That was a ridiculous game against the Bills. That was BS. I'm so annoyed with that game. And then the Bills at the Jets. Yeah, 13. Bills, Colts. Those are both easy money lines. Yeah. Tampa money line.
Tampa should win that.
Yeah. I mean that. Yeah, those. I see all those teams winning. Yeah.
Those are huge.
Those are
favorites.
The odds aren't going to be great though. Yeah.
Yeah, put them 300 to make one.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, I feel like I'm just trying to make some moves here. So the Cowboys -8.5, Steelers -8.5. Yeah. Trying to figure out which one of those do we like. Either of those better than the Pats Browns under. I know you're gonna say you like the Steelers, and I'm gonna say I like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He says he thinks the Cowboys can bounce back. He likes the spot there.
Yeah, I knew what Justin was gonna say. The obvious choice is
Lions are sneaky. Lions are sneaky. Those are the highest food chain, the highest member of the food chain in the is it the plains, the African plains? Those Lions could be sneaky out there in the tall grass. I don't know.
These are Detroit Lions, but yeah. Yeah, I mean,
do we like Big Ben on a big 8.5 point spread?
I like.
Justin answers it. Says doesn't trust him.
I know Big Ben's rough. They had last night come back. Yeah, Big Ben doesn't look great out there, but he has a lot of weapons.
These are our two maybe picks. He
has a lot of weapons, okay?
But you know who else has a lot of weapons? Who are better than the weapons that Big Ben
The
has?
Cowboys' defense is totally overplayed. They're not that great. I don't love the Cowboys' defense.
The Steelers have a better defense.
The
Steelers do have a better defense.
After watching the Cowboys for weeks,
okay,
I think we thought they were a top 8 defense. They're definitely not. They're a top 15 defense.
I mean,
what the Steelers being a top 5 defense.
Okay.
So
are the Cowboys?
Wait, you're saying Dak? You got Dak over Roethlisberger. I got the Steelers defense over the Cowboys defense. Because the Steelers defense, when you give up those points to a running quarterback, I don't really care. Because they're not facing a running quarterback. They're facing Jared Goff. Okay? Yeah. When you get gouged, when you give up 27 points to a running quarterback, I don't even count that. Like, I just don't. Unless you're facing a running quarterback. Jared Goff is a statue. Their defensive line is... They probably the best defensive line in the league. Who has a better defensive line than the Steelers? So
maybe the Browns. I don't know. Oh, the Rams probably. With the addition,
it's close. Whatever, top 3 defensive line, top 2.
They have a great defense. I don't disagree. But what are the Cowboys good at doing defensively? I know they're not a better defense, but they're good at generating turnovers. What does Matt Ryan do?
He turns over the ball.
He turns the ball a lot. What are the Cowboys' good team?
I'll give it to you, but I don't know if I could bet on the Cowboys again if they don't pull this off. Like, that's where I'm at with the Cowboys.
I mean, I feel like the Cowboys, that was a dud last week. That was that game reminded me of the Packers losing to the Saints in New Orleans. Like, that game didn't happen, in my opinion. Like, it literally doesn't. Are you going to let that game deter you from betting on the Packers? I know it's just...
I think those are two different situations, but it's close. I get what you mean. What are your thoughts on Denver Eagles? Both are too hard to bet on.
I would take Eagles.
8.5. Oh, Eagles, Broncos?
I would take Eagles. They're underdogs.
Yeah, I would lean towards Eagles because they're, plus 2.5. Yeah. That game's going to be a mess. The Eagles at Broncos.
Man, I think this week is like a good week to bet. I know I say that every week, but this week in particular, I took last week off. Luck, I didn't bet on our picks, so I didn't lose. So I don't know. Last week kind of just was a wash for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say do a Cowboy Steelers teaser. You could do them a 6-point teaser and get them both at -2.5, and then it's a.
Oh, that's better. Yeah,
it would be a parlay with them each at -2.5.
Yeah,
but I just dude, I don't know, man. It should happen, but
the Cowboys defense. Well, but what I'm talking about is the Cowboys defense. The past few weeks has faltered for me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was a pretty big wake up call. That the Cowboys, in my opinion, are a top 5 team in the league.
Yeah,
just with how strong they are offensively. I don't know.
I don't like their defense. Defense is huge for me.
Well, they don't have a great D line.
I think their secondary is totally overrated.
They have good run defense. I don't know.
They have good linebackers. They have very, very good linebackers.
Yeah, I don't know. We're at a stalemate here.
I think we should just keep the 4 that we have
not gonna
and tease those 2.
I got Cowboys 8.5. Dean's got Steelers. We'll talk about it next week. One of us might be wrong. We could both.
One of us will be wrong. One of us is going to be right. It would be nice if both of us were right and there was no,
bad blood.
Bad blood. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Denver Eagles? Yeah, we think the Eagles are gonna cover that, Justin.
All right, man.
Well, to talk about it, so the Broncos. I just think the Broncos, they're on their high horse, pun intended. After blowing out the Cowboys on the road. And
the Eagles are in every game.
The Eagles lost a nail biter. They are in every game. It's just Sirianni's a terrible coach. I don't love Sirianni.
Yeah, they're fun.
I don't love how they utilize Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts isn't a great quarterback. He's a great fantasy quarterback.
He's a 15, 16, 17 guy.
Yeah. So
he's above Jimmy G, but a lot of guys are.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not saying crap.
Niners fan perspective. Okay, Nets. Okay, yeah, we're hopping over to.
Yeah, let's hop over to basketball.
We're hopping over.
All right,
basketball.
wait. Okay, so football. What are we doing? We're gonna do our picks are Pats Browns under 45, Saints +3, Washington football team +10, and Raiders +2.5. Those are our picks this week.
All right, you heard it here first.
Are you an NBA? Or?
We're hopping over to NBA.
Oh,
just a little transition here.
Hey, turn that off. Okay, so tonight, it is already pretty late, right? Nets, or let's just do tomorrow. He's right. So.
Well, wait. There's 2 games that are about to start.
No, there's 2 games that are on right now, and there's 1 game that's on later.
Okay, wait. Before I haven't even looked at anything. I just wanted to let you guys know my picks.
Picks?
I like Clippers -2.5 and the Hawks +8.5. Those are my 2 picks.
Okay.
Did the Clippers Trailblazers game start yet?
No, it's on at 7.
I do have a little information on that, and then we'll get to tomorrow. So the Clippers won 7 in a row against the Trailblazers from November 7th, 2019 to October 25, 2021. That spanned nearly 2 years.
Oh my God. Wow. You did a lot of research.
Yeah, so Portland finally...
I like those bets for NFL. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate you.
Portland finally won against the Clippers at the end of October, and now they're playing in LA. The Clippers just dominate the Trailblazers. I don't know, man. They're missing Melo out there. Shout-outs to Justin's profile picture right there.
Yeah.
I like Clippers in that one. And then Hawks +8.
You like the Clippers to cover -3?
I had it 2.5 when I looked at it.
It's 3 right now.
Well, if I were to have bet it.
So, yeah.
And look at me with the Hawks pick there. They're in there.
What happened yesterday against the Warriors? I believe they were up by 15 points. And if you bet the Hawks there, you would have lost.
I didn't bet the Hawks there, but my pick yesterday.
I'm just saying, basketball, you don't know until the last.
I was talking to my buddy though, I was telling him, I'm like, hey, I like Steph Curry to go off and Trae Young to do decent with some threes. That's what happened.
Is that shocking to you? They're gonna duel. They get compared to each other all the time.
Well, hey. If you listen,
I would have taken them both to score about 30 points.
Well, you would have lost Trae Young at 28.
I know. I said about 30 points. I watched the game. I know he had 28.
Very sassy today.
Well, because that's not a very shocking take, big guy. Okay, so let's get into tomorrow. I'm not going to go over the Clippers Trailblazers game. They're too close, and, neither of them have been impressing me much. Okay, so Justin wants to talk about Clips 2.5 is good. Yeah. Okay, Justin. So, you agree with Brady? So, we're taking the Clippers there. The Nets Magic game. So, Nets tomorrow, 4 o'clock. They're -9.
Someone said the Knicks always choke leads. Yeah, Justin, I think that was you. That's crazy, man.
He's making a joke. Don't you get it?
What?
He's saying Knicks always choke leads. He always says that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, okay. So the Nets.
I'm pretty out of
What do you
this.
think of the Nets -9 tomorrow
Long day
against the Magic?
in the field.
The field.
What? Working.
Yeah, I got you. So I like it, Justin. I think that I saw yesterday. It was yesterday, right, where they totally they blew that fourth quarter lead against the Bulls. What did the Bulls outscore them by 20 points in the fourth quarter? Did you hear about that?
Nah.
Oh, it was crazy.
That was a while ago. I thought that was yesterday.
I think it was it was yesterday. Look.
That happened again?
No, I don't remember it happening again. So let me look about. Wait, the
Nets blew it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but they blew I think a 15 point. I think the Bulls scored 40 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, 42-17.
Damn.
They blew the lead. So I really like the Nets coming out hot. After that, I don't love how James Harden has looked.
His defense looks like. I know
he looks so upset that they've changed the rules that he can't get those fouls.
Yeah.
He's been playing horrible, and his free throw percentage hasn't been great.
KD still puts in work. Guy's gonna.
He scored 38 yesterday, I think.
38 with 10 rebounds.
Yeah, he's a monster. So I really like the Nets coming back, against the Magic, trying to prove that that was a bunch of crap. So, this is interesting. I kind of like the Bucks +2.5 at New York tomorrow. The Bucks are 4-6. The Knicks are 7-4. The Knicks are at home, but in the words of Justin, they always choke.
The Bucks are playing on a back-to-back though. You still like them?
Yeah, I think so.
On a road back-to-back, they just lost, or they're winning up. They're up by 2 right now. It's a nail-biter against the Sixers.
I guess it depends on maybe not on the back-to-back. I don't know.
You're right. They've been mediocre.
I like the value on the Bucks there. Is what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
Maybe not. Maybe we don't.
I'm interested in the Mavericks Bulls tomorrow. That's at 5 o'clock. That should be a good one.
Did Justin say that, or did you say that?
I said that.
Oh yeah.
Justin says
The Bulls have been on fire.
Wizards money line, no Sexton. Yeah, that's the thing about NBA. It's all about.
Oh yeah, he tore.
Looking at the opponents.
He tore something.
Missing players.
No, but Sexton's out for a while. He needs surgery.
But that's the thing, though.
That's a huge loss.
It's if you have a player injured in the NBA, it's way bigger than NFL.
Oh yeah, because it's 12 dudes.
Yeah.
So the Kings Spurs is a pick'em.
Man.
It's in San Antonio.
I think the Spurs might win that.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards them too. That'd be a fun game to bet on.
The Warriors -7.5 against the T-Wolves, man.
I like that, but we're biased though.
I know, but no, you can't ignore the fact that the Warriors have been blowing teams out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's do Warriors, Nets, and Spurs.
Let me look at hold on, I want to check something. Yeah, I'm happy with the Warriors. I like the Nets pick, Justin's Nets pick. Knicks will get a 12-point lead, and then you take. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, live bet the Bucks. I love that. I love live betting.
Wait, Justin, are you a Knicks fan or like how do you know?
No, he likes the Lakers.
Well, he's a Melo fan, so
Oh,
in
yeah.
turn he roots.
Well,
for the
currently
Lakers.
he roots for the Lakers.
But are you like sort of affiliated with the Knicks? I don't know. You seem to know a lot about them. Just a question there. What is Harrison points over?
I don't know. Brady's got the.
I think he's probably like 20 or something. 21.
I think. Are they on a back-to-back? No. I think the Heat can cover. Sorry, Justin, against the Lakers. I don't love how they've looked with old Russ out there. It's 4.5.
A little
So,
with the Knicks.
What?
He says he's a Melo fan, but he's got some connection to the Knicks. I figure
Got you.
because he's a Jets guy, and then also Melo played for the Knicks, right?
What do you think about the Heat covering 4.5 at the Lakers? They're both on a day of rest. They have had 1 day of rest.
The Heat playing at the Lakers?
Yeah. Heat minus 4.5.
Did you see Morris get decked by
Jokic? He's gonna get suspended for sure. But Morris freaking nailed him.
But that's his job, to get under his skin.
Oh, I know. Jokic took the bait.
Jokic lost.
But it's like, what I would like to say is, it's like LeBron. Morris really hit him hard. Jokic is just so big, right?
No, he got him good.
Like, he cleaned, like, it was a cheap shot. Morris is a little pumped for that.
That's why Jokic went at him. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, Morris doesn't care if he gets suspended.
Maybe no Bam and Hera look at, yeah. Damn it.
That's the thing about the NBA, bro, is it's like, if these guys are out, man, it's just, you gotta constantly be
Hero, day-to-day. Morris is out. Rondo's day-to-day. Anthony Davis. Oh, that's actually, I don't want to touch that game.
I think I'd take Lakers there.
There's a lot of people out. Well, what if Anthony Davis misses? Would you still take them?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Anthony Davis is day-to-day. If
Braun's out too for a while, right?
Yeah, he's got. Well, they're just taking it easy with him because he's old. But yeah. Yeah, Anthony Davis. So Tyler Herro and Anthony Davis are both day-to-day. Morris is out.
Justin's like the Lakers expert. He says
80 is playing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would take the Lakers then, to be honest. But I don't know. What about, what's an interesting game? Grizzlies Hornets. Memphis minus 4.5.
I like Memphis there.
I really like the Grizzlies. John Morant's a freaking stud.
Hornets have been good, but I don't know.
Well, they have a really good offense. Their defense isn't, great.
Yeah.
So would we take Grizzlies or no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know. It was a long day for me.
Yeah, it was a long day. You're tapping out.
I'm a little out of it right now.
You're a little out of it. Yeah, so we'll take Nets. We might need to call it. Yes, sir. I like JJJ. Yeah. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a stud, bro. Love it, Justin.
Yeah,
all right, so let's take, for our basketball picks, let's take Grizzlies.
Dubs.
Grizzlies minus 4.5. Nets.
Maybe we don't bet Warriors.
Nets minus 9. And
Spurs.
No, I like Golden State minus 7. We're just going to do it.
All
right. Well, that's going to be our basketball today. Yeah. Justin likes the Golden State. Nah. Nets is 9. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, no, we got you.
All right.
Oh, nice basketball.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Solid pod. Thanks for showing up,
Solid
Justin.
pod. Thanks, Justin.
Also to all the other people that came
Everyone
by.
that came. We appreciate
if you guys are watching this afterwards, appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
He only likes those two. So.
All right, for sure.
It's a narrow week.
No, it's just 1 day.
Narrow day.
Yeah.
I'm out of it.
You're good.
Signing off, fellas.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Make
Peace.
some way.